This audio is from an ebook titled Realizing the Essence of Dhamma, authored by Tira, the Non-Self. Foreword. This book points the way back to the heart of liberation. The Dhamma does not need to be sought or grasped, because in truth, it is always already revealed right here. But the mind has been obscured by clinging to what it believes to be me and mine. When that clinging loosens, the truth reveals itself. Nothing needs to be added and nothing needs to be removed. What remains is the natural knowing that simply is, without any need to search. This is the path of realizing the core of the Dhamma. It is the return to the original natural state of the mind that never needed to become anything at all. The bark, the sapwood, and the core of Dhamma. The bark is the outermost layer, the sapwood is the wood surrounding the core, and the core is the innermost heart of the wood, the strongest part. We should not concern ourselves with the bark or the sapwood. We should focus only on the core, because only the core is true and independent of all conditions. All of us must study the knowledge of realizing the mind, because this is the true essence of the Dhamma. The core of Dhamma always rests upon one principle, the Dhamma of non-self, the nature that has no self. When we listen to someone teach Dhamma, if they do not speak of non-self, and if they do not dismantle the very voice that is speaking in that moment, if they still believe that the speaking voice has a real self, then we should leave. There is no need to listen, because such a person has not realized the Dhamma. The one we learn from must be truly skilled, just like choosing a teacher for any profession. If we want to learn how to run an online business, we learn from someone who can do it in reality, who can support their livelihood through it, who can explain and show methods in a simple, usable, and immediately applicable way. One who is truly skilled does not speak in a complicated way, because what is understood directly becomes simple. But if someone teaches using complicated frameworks and requires expensive courses, that is not true mastery. Think of school teachers. Some teach directly from the textbook, and we feel, I could just read this myself. Such a teacher has not truly mastered the subject, they have only memorized it. But another teacher may come without materials, smiling, letting us laugh, sing, move the body, and then teach for only 15 minutes. Yet we suddenly understand the entire subject. They point directly to the essential point, writing on the board, this is the heart of the matter. We understand instantly because the mind is open, relaxed, and natural. This is true mastery. One who is truly skilled makes others understand easily, without complication or force. When we understand that the core of the Dhamma is non-self, then we must clearly see what the bark of Dhamma is. The bark is where most people still remain stuck without knowing it. It is the clinging to the body as me and mine. By examining this, we will see how being lost in the bark prevents us from reaching the true core. The bark of Dhamma. The bark of Dhamma is the outermost layer in which most people remain entangled, like someone who handles only the bark of a tree and never sees the core within. The knowledge of realizing the mind describes 3 layers of what is mistakenly taken to be self. The first layer is the bark, like the skin of an avocado that must be discarded. This bark is the body. Those who are still occupied with examining, controlling, or practicing through the body, through postures or movements, are still stuck at the bark. If we continue to focus on the bark, we will never taste the essence inside. The body is not the core, nor is it the origin of life. Those who remain attached to the body are beginners who have not yet tasted true Dhamma, because they still see the body as me and have not yet recognized that the body is only a temporary tool given by nature. Therefore, the study of Dhamma must not stop at the body. If we remain confined to the physical form, we will never see the truth of the mind. Seeing that the body is not self is the beginning of the inner journey. When this is seen, the mind begins to loosen its attachment to the coarse and opens the way to see the more subtle level, which is the realm of mental phenomena. The layer of the sapwood. This layer is the layer of thoughts, imagination, emotions, memories, and knowing. Most people are stuck here without realizing it. Many try to escape disturbing emotions by seeking peaceful emotions, thinking that peace is Dhamma. But this is only replacing one emotion with another. We like pleasant emotions and dislike unpleasant ones. We want good thoughts and reject bad ones. We want calm and reject restlessness. In this choosing, there is still me. I am the one who knows. I am the peaceful one. I am a good person. Here, the sense of self is still hidden. Those who like to sit quietly often carry strong emotions within, without knowing it. When encountering something displeasing, they become angry quickly. This is because the ego remains hidden inside the calm. This is the layer of sapwood, subtle but still bound. To pass beyond this layer, one must apply non-self. Thoughts are not self. Emotions are not self. Happiness is not self. Suffering is not self. Peace is not self. Restlessness is not self. All of these are merely appearances arising and dissolving within the mind, continually and naturally, according to causes and conditions. Nothing is lasting. When seen through non-self, the mind gradually releases attachment and no longer becomes entangled in emotions. Everything is seen as a natural phenomenon. The core. Realizing the life element. When it is seen that the bark is not self, and the sapwood is not self, the mind begins to release its identification with both the body and the movements of the mind. The clinging that was once heavy gradually loosens, like a rope unwinding. As what was held begins to dissolve, a deep and natural stillness appears. This stillness is not forced. It is alive. It knows whatever arises without needing to think or search. In this quiet clarity, there is no knower. There is only knowing itself. Like light that shines without anyone shining it, like wind that moves without anyone causing it to move. What remains is the life element, empty, clear, pure, unborn, and undying. When all clinging ends, the mind realizes directly that this element was always here. It had only been obscured by the shadow of attachment. At this moment, all doubt ends. The desire to know or attain anything fades naturally. The knowing that appears is not personal. It is the knowing of nature itself, self-luminous and pure. All teachings converge here. Sabba Dhamma anatta. All Dhammas are not self. Nothing is ours. Nothing is under anyone's control. One who realizes this does not cling to thought, nor even to peace, because peace also arises and dissolves. When clinging ends, only pure nature remains, needing no name. It is spacious, bright, and free. This is the core of the Dhamma, the direct realization of the life element, empty, clear, and completely pure. Afterward, all phenomena are empty of self. When the mind sees clearly that everything once clung to is merely a phenomenon arising and dissolving, a profound understanding dawns that nothing is ours. All phenomena arise from causes and conditions, and when conditions end, they cease. There is no doer and no receiver, only the natural unfolding of nature itself. Knowing this, the mind releases the desire to seek or hold anything further. True understanding does not come from thinking, but from seeing directly that everything is impermanent and not self. When clinging ends, a peace that is unforced appears. A spacious lightness quietly opens. This is knowing without a knower, seeing without a seer. A pure state of Dhamma beyond name and form, beyond time and circumstances. In this spaciousness, there is nothing to let go and nothing to gain. There is only the natural suchness of existence, silent, radiant, and free from self. This is the true meaning of realizing the core of the Dhamma, the return to the mind's original nature, where nothing needs to be sought again.